Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have my college football national championship picks. So I'm super excited to bring you these picks today. I've been your tour guide throughout this college football season. Shout out to you guys that followed me from week zero to now. We've had a great time. I've had a great time bringing you these great picks each and every week. I feel like that consistency should show you that I'm highly motivated and that I spend a lot of time in the lab bringing you these picks. So, of course, if you follow me throughout this season, if you've tuned in multiple times, go ahead and hit that like button. So this last video gets as many views as possible. With that being said, I'm most proud that I've been 100% transparent. As you'll see in a minute, I keep my stats throughout this season. Haven't fudged them, haven't moved them. It's just 100% what I've done on this show. And of course, every pick that I make on this show, I actually bet with my own money. So that gives the viewers just that assurance that I'm actually spending time in the lab, not just giving you numbers here and there. But I have five great player props for you and one best bet for this national championship game. And sad to see college football go, but we're going to go out with a bang on this last show. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look and see how my stats have been going. 5-2 last week. So we've been building a money tree here as far as the playoffs. So get on, get in while you fit in. 71%, 95 and 84 over the season. I'm at 54% for those. So 100% transparent. Like I said, a lot of people, some people in this industry will show you their record, but most people won't. It's probably not good for business, I guess, if they don't have the record that some people want. You can't put that 80% next to that line. But if we go 5-0, we should be creeping around 55, 50%, 56% for the season, which is a profitable year for us. So hopefully we can go 5-0 this week. First pick for this national championship game will be Travion Henderson from Ohio State. He's been a friend of the show. We've picked Travion a couple times here, and he's cashed us out the last three shows. Average rushing receiving yards is 83. Projected rushing receiving yards, I got him at 89. But the last three games, he's been at 117, 114, and 134. So he's been absolutely killing it in the last three games. He's super explosive. He's getting more snaps than his fellow running back Judkins. When I first started picking Travion Henderson, I was a little bit cautious due to the fact they have a two-back system there in Ohio State. But Travion Henderson is the more explosive guy. He also gets catches, evolved a lot more in the passing game. Look for, Notre Dame to try to take away Jeremiah Smith. So some of these picks are based on, the other guys. And Travion Henderson is definitely not another guy. You've seen his explosion versus Oregon. He showed it once again last week. He's this guy is super explosive. Look for him to get the majority of the snaps, not the majority, but more snaps than Judkins. Notre Dame and will be able to stop the run. So I do see this ability for him to get the passing game going. I think they'll use screen plays and flare outs as an extension to the running game. And I really like his over 81.5 rushing receiving yards for Travion Henderson. My second pick is also from Ohio State. I got Emeka Egbuka, average receiving yards 64, projected receiving yards 71. I picked him on the last show. He did not hit, but he's going to be an NFL first round pick. He should get anywhere from 8 to 10 targets. Um, I do not love Notre Dame's secondary. They're okay, but they are shaky at times. And for sure, they're going to try to take away Jeremiah Smith. And he's the other guy. Honestly, he is the more polished, experienced receiver in this game. I do see him getting, like I say, a lot of targets. I think this game is going to be closer than what people think. So I think they're going to have to throw the football. So I like his over 60.5 receiving yards. I also looked at his fantasy score that I like as well. Next guy is Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. Average rushing yards is 74. So when you see the number we're getting them at, we're getting a huge discount here. Projected him at 59. So here's the thing. He did come up with a little bit of an injury, but he looks a lot healthier now. If you watched him last week, he was just running so hard. He's highly motivated. He's explosive back as well. So, he might be able to get this in one or two carries if he has the opportunity. That zone read with Leonard could be deadly. Not sure if uh the Ohio State has a plan. If Leonard decides to give it or keep it, they're going to do that zone read. It's going to be a lot of opportunities for Love to kind of get and hit a seam, and you never know. With his speed, it doesn't matter who's on the field, he's going to go. So I like him over 47.5 rushing yards. I feel like this number is too low for someone as talented. And yes, they have a three-back system, but I think he's going to get the majority of the carries, anywhere from 12 to 16 carries for Jeremiah Love. Next guy is Mitchell Evans from Notre Dame. Now, Mitchell Evans, he's a big tight end, but if you watched the game last week, I had Jaden Greathouse, and he cashed in for us. But Mitchell Evans was the guy they looked for a lot. Riley Leonard seems to be comfortable with him. He's usually in the middle of the field, so little easier throws for Leonard, who will be pressured in this game. So I think that, with that being said, the fact that he's going to be an outlet for him, I really like his number over 34.5 receiving yards, as, the guy that, should get a lot of targets because of his ability to kind of get in the middle of the defense and make plays. Next pick is Riley Leonard from Notre Dame. So Riley Leonard, average playoff fantasy score is 19. I got him projected at 18. Here's a guy who's a dual threat quarterback. He's hit this number 4 out of 5 last games. They run him a lot around the goal line. So when they get towards the end zone, you're going to see a lot of quarterback power. They trust him to get those 1 and 2 or 3 yards to get in the end zone. So I really like his number here. He'll be coming from behind possibly as well, as they're not favored to win this game. So I see him throwing the ball a lot more. He's throwing the ball a lot better, and he's continuing to find, guys open. So, he threw it for over 200 yards last week, the last 2 weeks. So I still like this over for him, over 16.5 fantasy score. He's a rush. He has the ability to rush or throw. So he'll get these points somehow. And like I said, they also like to use him around the goal line as kind of like a Tim Tebow type guy, or just a running quarterback, because he has a knack to pick up those last few yards to get in the end zone. Now for my best bet for today, I have Ohio State versus Notre Dame, and I got Notre Dame plus 8.5. So I believe I'm gonna take the points here. I believe in the Notre Dame's defense to keep it close. The total is set at 45. That's a low total, which tells me they're not expecting a huge blowout here. With the total being so low, I'm not seeing that Ohio State's a touchdown better than Notre Dame. In fact, Notre Dame's gonna have a good chance to win this game in the end. If you're looking at the kicking game, Notre Dame has a really good kicking game. I favor them there. I also favor them in the trenches, believe it or not. Yes, Ohio State has more explosive guys. So that's the only thing that may concern me. One unit on this pick, but I like Notre Dame plus the points here. Good opportunity for, like I said, a backdoor cover even as well. And you know, I don't see a situation. Notre Dame's had a lot of time to prepare, and Freeman, I think, has got his guys ready to go. Now for my last recap of the season, I got Henderson over 81.5, Ibuka over 60 receiving yards, Love over 47.5 rushing yards, Evan over 34, Evans over 34.5 receiving yards, and Leonard over his 16.5 fantasy score. So if you enjoyed this video, please like the video, help that algorithm out, and then also subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy NBA, I'll have picks for you throughout the season. I'm also going to start doing a little bit more college basketball as we get towards the end of that. And I have playoff picks for you just came off a week where we did really well for the NFL playoffs, and I will continue to have NFL playoff picks for you next week as we get into the championship rounds in the NFL. So we're winding down football, but I love the end of the season. It's time for us to really cash in. All the work's been done, the hay's in the barn. Now it's just time to make money. And that's basically what we've been doing. Looking for a 5-0 week to close us out. And like I always say, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.